Welcome to another episode of Uncomfortable. It's your girl Mia, your host. I wanted to bring this episode to you guys. I've actually been doing a lot of solo episodes, I've realized, but I like doing solo episodes, so that's good. And just wanted to bring this episode to you guys. Obviously, I clearly don't like this podcast. It's not that I don't like the podcast. I don't like the people who are on the podcast. And I'm it's not a men bashing thing, but they are literally men who bash women, I feel like. But that's besides the point. Some clips of them resurfaced, and it basically, I'm just gonna play the clip. All right.
When it comes to dating and your personal preferences,
It's
no
an
one
issue.
bats an eye. When women say, I want a man that's 6 feet tall, makes a certain amount of money, blah, 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 those are considered preferences. But if I say, hey, man, I don't date black girls like that. Oh, God.
You hate black women.
How dare you?
You know what I'm saying? It's
Exactly.
ridiculous.
My mom's black. Your mom's black.
Yeah.
My sister's black. Like, bro, we just have a preference.
If we hated black women, would we bring African American women and black women on the show?
Okay, but
all the time.
the question.
Let me finish.
Okay,
We would
please.
not if we had an issue with them. Our dating preferences are our preferences. Just like you have the prerogative as a woman to date a man that makes a certain amount of money, a height, income, whatever it is, no one bats an eye. We are free to choose who we want to hook up with and date. Like, what the hell? Like, there's nothing wrong with having a preference.
All right. So he did that episode. Like, he did that. He said that or whatever. I'm trying to find the other. He said that or whatever. Now the thing is, just because even if you didn't like to, or prefer to date black women, that has nothing to do with you bringing them on your show. You can prefer to not date black women and still have black women on your show. Like, that has nothing to do. So I don't know why he said that, but it's like, I think there's a thin line between preference and hate. Like, you can prefer anything you want.
What about the black dating app called Black?
Oh, it's funny. I never used that one, bro. But hey, man.
I mean, hey, bro, if you want to date a bunch of Shaniquas, go for it, man.
LaQuisha.
Yeah, like me and Fresh aren't really down with the brown like
Nah,
that.
man.
We ain't night riders.
Nah,
So,
bro, I'm good.
Sometimes if they're, Redbone, but like in general, me and Fresh don't dabble in the dark, if you know what I'm saying.
Yep.
Okay. So
Okay, so with that being said, now that is now him saying before that was preference. Is this preference now? Because my problem with men of color, period, and men in general that say they don't date black women, right? Like, some of them just say like they don't prefer to date them, or some of them say that they feel like they don't want to date, like black women don't want to date them. Okay, but when you speak about another race and you put them down to uplift another, that's a problem. Like he said, if they're red bone, so like that means a consideration. So that means you're putting down darker skinned women for whatever reason, and apparently that's your preference. Is that preference or is that hate? Is that dislike? Do you just not like black women because of that certain color or what? That's not preference. That's hate. And I was telling my friend earlier, like, black women don't get advocated for on a general basis anyway, so like we never get advocated for, and so I feel like, look at these two men sitting here on a public platform where they're saying that they don't dibble and dabble in the dark and they're not down with the brown, but they'll do it if it's redbone. Think about how many other men they could possibly be influencing. Now, that's not their problem. No, it's not. But think about how many men are thinking that that's okay too. Like, all right, like, I feel the same way, so I just don't prefer to date black women. Like, no, you have a hate towards black women, which a lot of men do. And the thing that's sad about it right now is the fact that these are men of color saying this about women of color. Like, it doesn't make any sense. And like he said, my mother is black, so that means you have black women in your family. You feel me? Like, that you've grown up around. Fuck you preferring not to date black women. You talking down on them and then saying you don't prefer them is a hate thing. That's not a preference. You said Shaquisha and like all this stuff. Like, that's ignorant. Like, that's ignorant. That's literally like if I said I don't date Mexicans, and then instead of saying I don't date Mexicans or I don't prefer Mexicans, I said I don't date Pedros or I don't date Juans. Like, it's like, am I being hateful towards that culture or those type of people based on stereotypes that come with that race or that culture? Or am I saying I don't prefer to date them because I'm not attracted to them? Because there's a difference between not being attracted to someone and then just literally making fun of somebody, the features that they have, stereotyping them, like saying Shaquisha and LaQuisha, all that stuff. That's a stereotype. He's basically a stereotype of black women. Saying you don't dibble in the dark and you're not down with the brown is crazy. He's brown himself. Like, this is the shit that's crazy. Is most of this hate be coming from men of color, like our own people. Like, I've heard my own black men, like black men. I've heard black men say they do not date black women, and when you ask them why, it's always some negative thing. Even when mainly people say they don't date black women or whatever race of women, it's never like they don't really just date them. It's like they hate them. Like, you know, like they don't like them at all. Like, and everything about them is just like disgusted to them, but they prefer to say that that's their preference. Like, no, there's a difference between preferring something, difference between hating something. Like, that's just ignorance. Like, that's ignorant. That's, what do you call that? That's degrading. It's just like disrespectful. It's rude. It's offensive. Like, there was no need for him to even say all of that. Like, that's when they take it too far. Like, say you don't prefer to date black women and keep it pushing. Like, you don't have to say nothing else. Like, I just don't prefer to date black women. All right, cool, boom. I don't even have a problem with preference. Even if he just said it off the basis like I don't prefer to date black women, that's cool. Like, whatever. There's some people that I would prefer not to date, so I get it. So if he would have just kept it at that, I feel like I would have had no problem. But him continue to go on and on about it, even him saying all that extra shit down with the, like, I just can't believe he said that. Like, and niggas really be watching him. Like, when I did my reaction to him saying that you can't be platonic women, you can't be platonic friends with a woman. I did a reaction video for the video that they did where they said that women and men can't be platonic friends or whatever the case may be. And y'all should have saw the comments of men just coming at me. And I'm just like, y'all all just like these two. Like, y'all all stupid. Y'all probably all don't get pussy at all. So y'all feel the need to talk down on women so y'all could have some type of reaction look towards y'all so that y'all could feel some type of something. Because y'all all getting off right now. All these men getting off on commenting on how I'm a whack bitch. Not that I'm a whack bitch, but one of them was like that, here I am talking and you can see my cleavage and all this other shit. Like, they was just going off on me. They were really just going off, and I'm just like, this is sad. Like, if for men to think like this, like for grown men to think like this, is sad. Like, and they're just the same, like, they're just two wackos, Myron, and I don't even know the other one's name because I don't even give a fuck. But they're just both whack ass niggas, because for y'all, the way they speak down on women is insane. And for them to always have women as guests, it's also crazy. I'm not gonna lie, nobody's watching y'all for y'all. They're watching y'all and the way y'all interact with the women on y'all shows, because y'all mainly always have women and y'all always asking outrageous things, or y'all have outrageous topics and different stories. That's why people are watching y'all. And don't get me wrong, that's y'all niche. That's fucking cool. But y'all don't have to talk down on women to feel like y'all doing something about yourselves, because what's that about? Like, if I could have a podcast where I could have this podcast and I could just talk shit about men all fucking day. I could men bash men all fucking day. I literally could, because I have so many reasons to. But I'm not, because that's not what I'm about. 1, 2, I don't feel like I need to I want people to be attracted to me because I talk shit about men. That's not what I want. So that's why I don't do it. But I could. I really could, just like I'm talking shit about them. Like, because this is not the only time that I've seen them do this. And even when they do have women come on their show, Myron is very rude, but he also just never lets them speak. And I feel like I can barely ever hear most of the women ever saying enough, or you being able to stick up for themselves. He also had the Asian brat on. Now, I love the Asian the brat.
This moment that he knew he fucked up.
Because she is just like so raw. Like, she was like, he's mean, and you could just tell he was not feeling it. He was going off, like he was upset. He was saying he was calm, but he wasn't calm. He was upset, and he was upset because I don't think he's used to a woman on that show speaking up to him and saying shit to him. And so because she said it, like she said, I said you mean, and it is what it is. Like, what the fuck? Because he was getting upset, and it's just like, bro, you're a grown ass man. Like, you're upset about somebody calling you mean? Like, how old are you? Grow up. Like, be mature. Like, all right, she said you was mean, and what next? Like, you're mean. Like, get over it. But I don't know. Like, I feel like I'm happy that the Shade Room, like, because the Shade Room posted this, and I'm just so happy that more people are seeing it. Like, some people that don't watch them on the reg or didn't even know that they had a show, whatever. Like, they should not be able to, like, they're whack. The way they speak about women is whack. Like, the way they talk about women, you could just tell that they do not get pussy, because, like, I don't know what bitch is fucking them with the things that come out their mouth. Like, I would be turned off. Like, I would be super turned off as a woman to ever speak to them in person if I saw that clip, or if I spoke to them beforehand, then I saw that clip, or even if I saw that clip and I would see them now. Like, I would just be disgusted to talk to them, because I feel like they're just the pieces of shit. Like, that's rude. But I would just be disgusted to talk to them. And I think that it's disgusting that they feel like it's okay for them to get up on that platform and say shit like that. Like, and it's just not, it's not only them. A lot of people do it. A lot of people get on the radio and say some really disrespectful shit. Like they said, talking about they not night riders. Like, what the fuck does that mean? A night rider? Like, explain to me how you came up with that and how you think that that sounds good towards black women. Or not down with the brown. That one was crazy. Like, I was like, wow. Like, I wish their mothers would watch this and see what they say. Like, and it's like they don't even care to like really watch what they say. Like, they didn't even think to edit that shit out. Like, I would have edited that shit out at least. Like, you know what I mean? At least don't let it hit the air. Like, just let it go. But damn. But yeah, that shit is crazy. And I was like, I just want to say a little something about that. But just like going off on a side tangent, like, this is just shit that black women deal with all the time. Like, you just accept the fact that you're not as desirable as other women in the world, and that you get made fun of not only for your skin but for the stereotypes that have been created for you as a black woman. Like, I feel like before I was even born, it was already a stereotype that black women are angry and mad, and now it's ratchet, and now it's ratchet names, and now it's we're loud and all this other stuff. And it's just like sometimes you feel like you can't even be yourself, because it's like I can't get mad right now because if I do, I'm gonna be labeled as a angry black woman. And it's like you can't even get upset about certain things. You have to just really like, you know, tone it in and tone yourself in, and, you know, be careful. And it's like, why do I have to live my life like that? And then also, why do I have to live my life where men of color, black men especially, or men in general, speak down on me because I'm a black woman? And not only because I'm black, but then I'm also a woman, so I become a black woman, and then it's just like a double, triple threat. Like, and it's like, it's fucked up. Like, you know, it's weird. Like, when I date men outside of, let me not say date. When I talk to men outside of my race, I always get I love black women. And, you know, like I just love dating black women. And sometimes I think it's a fetish, and sometimes I'm appreciative for the fact that there is somebody out there still loving me, you know, still loving black women, somebody that goes for black women, because black women need love. I feel like it's weird how men of color can make you feel like nothing and they're the same thing. Like, you know, like make you feel like your skin is like a problem when they're black too. It's just like, what the fuck? like what the fuck do you see that I don't see? Like, and how are you not attracted to me based on stereotypes? Like, I could see if you wasn't attracted to my face. Like, that's understandable. Like, okay, you don't have to be. But like, attracted to me because I'm black is a different story. Like, that's fucked up. That's fucked up. I could say somebody from each race is attractive. Like, now would I date them? I don't know. Like, I would have to see. But there's a lot of other things that would be going in, that would be, not in the way, but things that we would have to figure out. Like, cultural difference is a thing, you know? And so that's something that you would be able to like get through. But like for some people, they can't get through that, you know? And that's why some people don't date outside their race or date certain races, I feel like. But yeah, I don't know. I just felt like that was really fucked up. And yeah, I'm happy that people are finally seeing that they be saying some real fucked up shit. Now, like I said, like, I just can't, like, down with the brown is crazy. Like, that's really crazy. The fact that he said that on national air, down with the brown, I'm not down with the brown, not into the dark, if you know what I mean. Like, nigga, no, I don't know what you mean. Like, that's what I be like. I be confused. Like, no, I don't know what you mean, bro. I'm really actually confused. Super confused about what the fuck you're talking about. And you got to act super confused, too, because you want them to try to explain themselves. Because people, when they start to explain themselves, especially when it comes to race, they dig themselves in deeper holes. Like, you ever had a conversation with somebody and they said the word black, but then they were like, oh, my God, I didn't mean to say black, but I mean, you know, you are black. And they just keep going and going. It gets worse and worse and worse as they continue to speak, because they've already dug themselves in a hole. And they think that they have to say something when they don't. And now they're just fucking it up. They're fucking it up. But yeah, that was fucking crazy. Oh shit, my mom's calling me. But that was wild. But I'm about to pick up this phone for my mom. I just wanted to do that short little episode for y'all. And you know, just speak about that, because I feel like that is definitely like, wow, like I was not expecting that to come out. I was not expecting that much people to be like, nah, these niggas are fucked up. Like, I wasn't, because so many people on YouTube, like, they be encouraging them, coming at you. You say one bad thing about them, but yeah, this is what they get. Sorry. Yeah, so thank you guys for watching Uncomfortable. It's your girl Mia, your host. I'm just getting to the Bantu knots though. Like, let me just. Oh my god! Like, they're so cute. Like, I can never keep one hairstyle, so I always gotta switch it up, y'all. But yes, thank you guys for tuning in to Uncomfortable. It's your host Mia. You can follow me at Uncomfortable Pod. You know, we're on Apple Podcast. We're on Spotify. We're on Google Podcasts and a couple others. And we're definitely on YouTube. So subscribe, like, comment. Let me know what you guys think. And thank you for fucking with the kid.